Today's video, I want us to talk about planting tomato and getting the most from your tomato, right? Most in this video, we finding ways and we coming up with ways of living, right? If you're looking for a job, you came at the right channel. If you're looking for business ideas, you came at the right channel, because in this channel, we do provide tangible ideas, right? So if you came to this channel, definitely sure you need to do some nice things, right? If you're interested, please stick around. As you stick around, there's only one favor that I'm requesting from you guys, and that favor is that you subscribe, you like the video, and you do comment in the comment section below. Why do you need to do all of these nice things, good people? You need to do it because doing it does help out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm to promote and spread this video to as many people as possible. So definitely, good people, the power here is in your hands. Please exercise that power in favor of this video. Right, we need to get straight into the video of the day, and the video of the day is about the tomatoes. A lot of people would have asked the question of, Bungs, what about tomatoes? What's the benefit there on? Right, that's the right question. So here I came up with 7 ways to get more of your tomatoes. It's not like I came up with those ways. So look, yeah, some quite interesting expect that dude came up with those ideas, and I'm about to present those ideas. So we start with idea number 1: planting your tomato and getting the most from your tomato. That's the question you probably would ask, to say, okay, Bongs, what do I do to get the most from my tomato? Planting your tomato vine is the right place. The number one thing is that, look, according to this guy, you need to plant your tomato vine. Look, the planting or the base has to be the right. The question that you need to ask then is, what is the right environment for me to get the most from my tomato? Then he went on to state the following: a plant requires different conditions in order to thrive, and tomatoes are no different. They prefer warm weather and a lot of sunshine, which is why their peak growing season is during the summer. This is also why they are commonly grown in places like Italy, Spain, Mexico, Brazil, which have hot and sunny climates. Fortunately, tomatoes can also grow in happily in many parts of the United States, as long as they are getting sufficient sunshine in your garden. So they can grow too in South Africa. Make sure that you plant them where there is consistent sunlight throughout the day. Oh, my daughter, ideally 8 hours or more. I didn't know that my tomatoes, actually, they will require so much of a sunlight. I didn't know, but yeah, this video is here to provide more information. Now, also consider the quality of soil, as well as spacing and the depth of the soil when planting tomato side lining. Tomato plant requires well draining soil instead of clay soil in order to avoid root rot. They also prefer to have a sufficient space in between separate side lines, as this is increase their airflow and around the plant and minimize the risk of a fungal infection on that note, right? And lastly, tomatoes plant love to grow their root deep into the earth, to absorb as many nutrients from the soil as possible. So it looks like the plant only has a few root at the very end, but look, actually the vine will have several small fibrin right here that flow along the lower stems, right? So yeah, I think that's it from point 1. Point number 2 speaks about support. So your plant need a support. So what is the support that we are talking about today? Now, according to this agricultural expert, says the following: like any other plant that grows tall and leggy, tomato vine requires a support in order to flourish. These vines can grow up to 8 feet in length, but they will trail along the ground if there isn't a stick, something like that, a trellis or other infrastructure to support them. This is a bed where you have nearly about about a plant that will become competing for space. So I'm sure you can see the sticks that we're talking about. It's this, you know what I'm saying? In case you didn't understand the reason why they have this, now you know. Because if you are in this channel, we keep you blessed with more and more information. Number 3, fertilizing with the right nutrients. Right. They are saying tomato plants are hungry plants, while the neutral condition of the soil should provide sufficient nutrients for tomato plant to grow and fruits and fruits. Yes, you can help the process by improving the quality of the soil and adding fertilizer. More nutrients means more energy to grow and produce fruits, which will naturally increase the boundary of your harvest. To begin, produce compost and manure to your plant bed, which will create a fertile environment to your plant. Then supplement with fertilizers throughout the season. There's a lot that has been said there, but we need to go to number 4. Number 4 is talk about mulch. What is mulch? Mulch. That English. Similar to fertilizing, mulching is about providing your plant with the best growing condition. By adding a layer of an organic mulch around the tomato plant, a garden can protect the vine from weeds which may compete for water and nutrients. Mulch also create a useful top layer on the soil that regulate the temperature and refrain moisture while looking for good tool. So, yeah, quite interesting. Number 5, we are talking about prune. The concept of pruning. Quite interesting one, but let's continue. Number 5, we're talking about pruning. Pruning that lowers the leaves regularly, right? If a gardener has followed up all these steps, they will likely to be rewarded with a happily growing tomato plant. Although it may sound counteractive, pruning the plant regularly with a pair of best pruning shears can actually promote growth and ensure overall plant and health. This is because lower branches and leaves are easily traps for fungus and bacteria, which may splash into the plant surface which may place into the plant surface when it rains. It's also important to encourage the tomato plant to put its energy into the most useful condition, like fruiting. Now, let's move to point number 6. Point number 6 is assisting in tomatoes with self-pollination. Tomatoes are self-pollination by nature, which means just need a gentle movement of the flowers to pollinate, as opposed to requiring a second plant. This is a great news for gardeners, as a simple breeze can activate pollination, as can a visiting insect. Pollination is critical for plant to flower and therefore grow fruit. So minimizing this step will have a significant effect on the volume of tomato fruit produced. The last step being step number 7. Step number 7 is pick early and often. Don't wait too long to harvest for your tomatoes. Even if it doesn't yet look as big and red as you're aiming for. This is because when you pick the fruit from the vine, the plant receives a message that it needs to produce more fruit. Wow! By doing this early in the growing season, while wearing the best gardening gloves, perhaps when the fruit has only just formed, gardens can increase the overall production of their vine through the coming months, and these early fruits don't need to go waste. Keeping the fruit in a warm, sunny spot such as a kitchen window allows them to continue ripening and growing, while I thought, look, when I came across this, I thought this would have been important for people that are looking for success and they are looking at ways of starting. You know what I'm saying? So when I came across this, I was like, there's somebody, somewhere, somehow who's looking to start and they don't know where to start. And I thought to myself, you know what? This is an easiest way to start. So why not? Why can't I suggest such to you? So having done my job with the research and coming up with this, which I thought is the easiest thing to do, the next thing or the last thing that you can do to reward my hard work, it is none other than just do one thing, right? Take every information that I've given you, put it into use, and let's see the outcome. In this YouTube channel, I would like us to compete with outcome, not just to get a fixation upon the idea of getting or making the most from our from look making the most by consuming as much information as possible. No, I'm not interested in such things. I'm interested in you getting active and doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Having said all of this, guys, you and I will see each other in the next video. But until that next video, good people, please take care.